Yo, guys, what's good? Hope you're doing amazing. I wanted to speak openly about a topic that Face IQ addressed recently, 10 hours ago. And I really think that he's right, actually. Like, if you don't know what the topic is about, it's about that he got rich really young, and that basically it isn't as exciting as you think it would be. And I can really uh, kind of agree on the topic because if you think about it now and uh, maybe you want to be rich like a lot of people in life, it's even their life goal. They will stab people in the back basically for more paper for more paper money. And the thing with it is just as soon as you have that money, you will notice that like a lot of your friends and the people that you just met normally, for example, or even if you met them through your business or whatever, if they're not thriving as well as you will be the one that has all this free time, but you can't spend it with other people because they will be working, they will uh, chase the bag. I guess you could say it like that. And mm, also with like things you really want in life, let's say, I mean, materialistic things or like experiences that you can acquire through wealth. So let's say traveling, for example. Traveling is like very similar, like for me at least. Um, I'm not at this point of wealth like Face IQ, but I'm pretty well off as well for my age. I'm 19, and the thing is, your friends will not have the money to do these crazy experiences with you, So either you'll have to let them in basically, um, give them some money, so or like for example, buy the plane ticket, whatever, so they can do it with you, or you will have to do it alone because if they are working a 9 to 5, they can't even get the vacation, even if you would buy the plane ticket. And for example, I was in Thailand for a month because I just wanted to spend my money doing something meaningful, traveling. And I thought really it was the craziest thing in the world. But like after 2 weeks, you will get so used to it. Like it will, as he said as well, your dopamine baseline will just get reset. You're just suddenly used now to waking up with an ocean, um, having sun all the time, having nice fruits everywhere that are very cheap or whatever gives you joy, really, you will get used to that. And not saying that's not like a huge benefit, because I think the lesson here is rather that you should be, I think the lesson here is rather that you should be very grateful for the things that give you joy. No, my parents are pretty loud, that's why I'm looking to the side all the time. Um, and yeah, I have my own apartment now and stuff. I'm gonna move soon, but well, like a lot of things really change. That's the question. Even if I move to another country now, I wouldn't have my friends and family then. Even I could do that, but I don't really know if it's worth it for me. I'd way rather travel with people. Otherwise, I would be gone now. Like for sure, I would be in another country now. If I didn't have any friends here or family, I would be gone now in some even warmer country. And just enjoy the ocean and stuff. Try to make friends there. But if you think about it from an empathetic perspective, think about, um, for example, let's just say you want $1 million now. Think about if you actually need a million or if you just need I mean, throughout your life, you're probably even gonna need over a million, you know. But um, think about if you need a very high number, like just any high number, or if you just need um, to cover your expenses basically and have money over to do what you want, you know. I think this gives the whole topic like a new perspective, and you will come to realize as well that it isn't as crazy as you think, you know. I mean, okay, if you get to a new stage of wealth, you can then acquire this bigger yacht, you know, for example, and you can drive on the yacht. But how long will that be exciting to you? You know, that's the question. You will just get used to it as well. It's the same as, I don't know, as a kid, for example, you had a crappy bike, then you bought a new one, and you just get used to the new one as well, you know. I think that's a very good analogy because I think a lot of people can relate to that. And the message here is just that you shouldn't really stress too much about the things that you want in life, you know. Just enjoy the present moment at any given time and enjoy the journey, you know. Don't only work towards the goal because that will leave you feeling very empty, you know. And even with me, I came to realize that because one time I was like, oftentimes I feel like if I'm in heaven really, and I had that one time, and then suddenly I had like this deep saddening, you know, this deep sadness inside of me. And I was thinking like, what the fuck? Where does this come from? I couldn't figure it out at that evening. But then later I realized it was because I achieved everything actually that I wanted in life, like this whole peace and doing what I want. And then I noticed that the true fulfillment always comes from inside, you know, it doesn't come from something external that you do. Even if, for example, laying in the sun or, mm, I don't know, eating some steak or something is like very nice and it's very fulfilling in the moment. But like, it isn't, and you shouldn't stress thinking about it. Like, if you lay in the sun, you should just enjoy it. Don't stress about thinking, oh, this is useless or something. But it will give you more dopamine, make you happier and mentally more stable, I guess you could say. But um, it has a lot to do with your wiring to how happy you are, you know, because there will be a lot of people that have it worse, basically, and they can still be happier than you know. Like, think about a guy in a wheelchair, you know. If you ever saw someone that was like smiling in a wheelchair, he has every right basically to be mad at the world, but he chooses, this is a very important word, choose and believe in life, you know. Um, he chooses just not to be angry all the time because he sees there's more to life than, even if it sucks walking, for example. And you can be happy for the small things, you know. Mm, life will get like way more interesting if you're happy about the small things. I guess for me personally, a component that is like still kind of lacking in life is like, um, in high school, I never really experienced like the party scene, you know. And sometimes I'm thinking like, damn, dude, like I would absolutely love just, I know, just doing some shit drunk on a party, for example. But then I think again, like after that, like this will be cool in the moment, but then after that, everyone just will just go back to their normal life, you know. Uh, and you can do it as a distraction sometimes, but you really come to see that doesn't fulfill you, you know. And even for me, like I was very short. I was as a teenager, for example, or I wasn't. I don't consider myself crazy good looking or whatever, but I was really like looking underdeveloped when I was younger, when I was 14, 15, and way shorter as well. I'm 6'4" now. And this is really the opportunity that showed me no matter what I acquire in this life, it will not fulfill me if the fulfillment doesn't come from the journey from within, Because then I saw all these things and I saw, for example, okay, I have a crazy good paying opportunity right now at my age that most people don't even have throughout their whole life. Or, um, for example, deep philosophical thinking or just critical thinking in general. So I guess you could call it IQ if you have a high IQ, and all these things that like shallowly are supposed to matter a lot. But then you realize that like once you have all these things, you will not be more fulfilled. You can basically imagine it as this like tunnel, for example, and you see the light at the end, and you run and you run and you run. At the end, when you go there, you will just see that it was just an illusion, basically. I mean, of course, a higher IQ or a higher physical like height will give you advantages in life, but it's still not what really matters. Like a guy that's 5'7", for example, or um, whatever height, and a guy that's stupid basically could be as happy as me. It's it's really not detrimental to your happiness at all. Like, don't you shouldn't determine whether you're happy or not by these material and worldly things. You should really find joy in as many things as possible. And yeah, your social life is going to be a big point there. Yeah, that's really all I have to say. Because I have another example. My friend was unemployed for a while, and he like um, dropped out of his education and stuff. And then me, I had a similar lifestyle sometimes. I was also like, because I'm self-employed, and when I just didn't do anything, I was also unemployed, I guess you could say, or just not currently working. And then I came to the realization that our lifestyles were pretty similar. I mean, I could go travel and do all these things, but at the end, like most of our time, we were still at home, even if I had a big amount of money in my bank account. If you really think about it from a meta perspective, you will see how shallow this is and how it doesn't really matter that much. Because at the end, okay, I can afford the food I want and stuff, and that's great. But if everything is covered, only then, if you don't empathetically do this, only then you will realize that it really wasn't about that at all, in life. Yeah, you can really just imagine two unemployed guys. One is just there with no money, or like, I don't know, not a lot, and the other has a lot more, but it's in the end, in like the boring life that social media doesn't show you, 80% of the time will be spent similar. Of course, okay, maybe he likes to play the guitar and I like to go outside or whatever, but you get the point, I guess. So yeah, guys, I hope you could really take something out of this video. The overall key lesson, I guess, is of course that you shouldn't really, like, as I said already, don't count too much on money, or even don't count too much on happiness with, like, for example, a girl or your wife, because I didn't understand this quote when I was younger, but I heard that you first have to like love yourself to be able to like give this love and stuff. And I really see this now, and I really feel this now. You have to be fulfilled on your own to then be like optimally happy, basically, with a partner, you know. Because if you have a need, it's always like out of this needy energy, out of this needy position, you know. I need this right now, I won't be happy. You will be like way more obsessive over the relationship as well. I hope I could help some of you, and yeah, don't forget to joy max, dance max, fun max, smile max. Don't be too serious, you know. Don't take this life all too serious, and don't take too many things for granted, because it's very easy to do. But trust me, like, don't do it. It will not make you happy.